Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video I got this 2007 Chevy Impala right behind me. So the issue with the Chevy Impala, customer was complaining that the windshield wiper pump wasn't working. So guess what? He replaced the windshield wiper pump, still not working. So on today's video, what we're going to try to do, we're going to see if we can try to fix up this vehicle and give it back to the customer. All right, so we're inside the vehicle, and before I turn it on, this is going to be the button right here, which is going to activate our pump right here so we can have our spraying. It's going to have our little spray pattern so we can clean our windshield. So let's go ahead, give this a shot, see what's going to happen. So if you know about these, how the system works, whenever you press this right here, your wipers move, and then we should have a mist of water. So let's give it a shot, see what happens. Here, I'm going to get the whole thing right here shot. And as you can see, there is nothing. So like I said, customer was complaining that he went ahead and replaced the pump and filled it up with no problem. So let's turn this down. So like I said, customer basically said, let's just, he replaced the pump, added the fluid in there, and still nothing. So how about we do this? Let's go to our wiring diagram and let's see what we can see in this wiring diagram, what fuses we have, what relays we have, and what can we find out from here. Let's go from the easiest thing first, and then we start moving on our way up, okay? So let's go to the front. All right, so we're gonna have our circuit right here, and this is our windshield wiper fluid pump right here. And this is pretty much a 2-wire. So we have our ground, and we're gonna have our power, which is gonna be fed with a 10 amp fuse, and then that 10 amp fuse is gonna have this relay right here, and what's gonna be feeding that relay is gonna be power, full-time power. And on top of that, let's see, we got 2 powers. We have a control coming from our body control module, and then we have our fuse right here. So we can literally bypass all this right here by going to one of the pretty simplest thing right here, and that's going to be that fuse. So if we turn that switch that we have inside and it feeds that fuse, at least we know that we're getting power going down over here. So how about we hook this little fuse buddy up right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off the fuse that we have in there and hook up this fuse buddy. This is already going to have an internal fuse, and then we can put our test light in the end of this and we can see what we get. So let's go hook this up and see what we find. Alright, so our fuse box is going to be right here, and if we take this off right here, luckily GM, they're really nice, and they're going to show us where this fuse is going to be at. If we look right here, this is going to be the WSW. Let's just verify that's it. So remember, we go along and check that out. That's the WSW. So this fuse should only turn on whenever this relay is commanded on, and that's with our switch. So if we go in there, that's going to be on the bottom side. Let me move you to the side so we can get a closer look at that. All right, so the fuse that we're going to be taking off is going to be this 10 amp fuse hidden right there, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can hook this up. So let's try to take this off. Perfect. Now we can tie in our test light right there. All right, so now to tie in our test light, we got to hook up one side to ground, because remember, we're getting power from our fuse. So one side to ground, and to verify that our test light's working, we're going to touch the other side. There you go. So that's what we want to see when we hit that switch. So we're going to go ahead. Remember, this is going to be a connection right there. So all we're doing is we're just sticking that right here and then laying it aside. So now let's go inside and see what we get. Right, so we're inside the vehicle right now, so let's put our key inside and let's give this a shot, see what we get. I'm going to put my picture-in-picture on top so we can see the outside. Here it goes. And look at that. It is working. So what's going on? He changed out his pump, and we're getting enough. So what do you think our problem is right there? How about we go to this pump right here and try to see what we find out. So let's go to the front of the vehicle, see what we see. Our pump is going to be right behind here, so we just had to really move this right here and that. We just had to prime off. And then if we look right here, we have our pump. And this is a brand new pump right there. And as you can see, there's two wires. There's a red and black. Red is going to be our power, black is going to be our ground side. How about we just, what I want to do is verify if we have any power going to there, and let's see if the circuit is actually working. So I know we should test this in load, but like I said, this is a brand new pump right here. And right now, what I want to do is verify that we actually do have power and load. And the way I'm going to do this is I have my little test leads right here. Let me get them. These are my test leads from AES Wave. And let's hook these up and let's see if we can get a reading right here. I just want to make sure that we have our powers and grounds. So let's hook it up. All right, so we're going to get our test leads right here and we're going to put them right in there. And now what we're going to do to really verify that we have good load coming on here, we're going to use our trusty little test light right here. So we're going to hook this on. And there you go. Now we're just going to lay our test light down here. Move the camera. Just move it a little bit lower. So we're going to leave it down there. And we're going to go ahead, go inside, and then move our switch and see what happens. So let's zoom in. And let's go inside and let's see if we find something right there. All right, we're inside the vehicle right now. I have the key on position. Let's give this a shot. I got the picture-in-picture up. Here it goes. And look at that. There's absolutely nothing. All right, so we tested the power, and right now we are power and ground. So do we have a ground issue? Let's check this out. I just want to do something right here. We're going to go ahead and move our test lead from the power, and then we're going to find the ground location, and we're going to see what happens from there. So let's go move that up and let's see what we get. All right, so as we can see right here, our power is still connected. And if we go up here, we have our light kind of hanging right there. And then we have our ground side connected to this outlet right here. So we're going to see if this is going to be a fix right here, or just to see if we have a bad ground. So let's hook this up. All right, we're in the inside again, so let's give this a shot. And we got our picture-in-picture up right here. Here it goes. And look at that. So that lets us know, hey, our power's going there. Do we have a bad ground? How about we look at our wiring diagram and see where this ground is at? All right, so this is going to be our windshield wiper fluid pump right here. And if we go down here, this is going to be a G100. And if I looked it up, our G100 is actually going to be right behind here. So how about we take this off and let's see if we can try to find anything right there. So it's just going to be I think a 7mm, and then we got to pull this tab out just right here, and then we can see what we find out. So let's fast forward. Let's get this done. All right, so I took off the headlight, and right off the bat, check this out right here. That doesn't look good. Here is our ground. That doesn't look too bad. But look, man, there's a bunch of nastiness right here, and look what I just found out. Let's turn on this light right here so we can see a little bit better. Look at this right there. Doesn't that look like a ground wire? Look at that. Snapped right off. Two ground wires right there. So we just got to repair these two ground wires, and then we should be okay. And this is our red wire going to our pump, and then our level sensor right here. And that's why when I looked inside, it showed low fluid, because guess what? This is not working as well. So how about we fix this up real quick and then give this a shot and see if we finally have a complete fix. All right, so we're inside. I already soldered the wires together. I'm ready to see what happens right here. And let's see. Another thing, like I didn't get to show you this, but I was noticing that it was showing low fluid. But look at now. it's not showing it anymore because I was looking at the circuit and I was like, all right, they really put fluid or what? But the thing is that on that circuit, it has a level sensor and now it's showing good. So I'm thinking this is going to be pretty promising. Keys on the on position. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And look at that. In the words of Lil Jon, skeet, skeet, skeet. I shouldn't be saying that. But yeah, it is working. All right, if you do like this video, please put a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell to get all the brand new videos coming out from Miles Mechanics. Y'all take care. And like I said, with a little bit of know-how and just checking out your wiring diagram, even you can fix up any car. So y'all take care. Goodbye.